Hey, family.
Boop, boop.
We done came back for a part 2 on our topic of Black mothers not mothering. You know, that first episode, it got deep and it got heavy and we played a lot, but this is very serious. And we know from that young lady's testimony last time that this is not something we're talking about to play with it. This is a real reality. Black mothers, some of y'all not mothering. Now, as we told y'all before, every episode, we're going to leave y'all with an affirmation. We're going to leave y'all with a principle. The principle is just because you lay down and had a baby, that'll make you a mother, right? And that's a hard truth to accept. But the affirmation is, as a woman, you are more than what they said you was. You are more than what they told you you were. So as you affirm yourself throughout your journey and throughout your motherhood, remember, they told you was one thing, but you as a woman, you know you're more than that. So let that be your foundational truth. Y'all, I'm really messed up. I'm really messed up about that lady's testimony from last
night. It was crazy. I don't even think crazy is the word. It was so eye-opening and shocking and surreal, you know? Like, we talking about it, they watching it live, and then she get on there and tell a story that matches or a scenario, her life experience, that is the exact depiction of what we're talking about to the T, if not worse. You know, that it was just an eye-opener for me. It was whew.
This is the new norm for our culture.
What's the new norm? Bad mothers?
Yeah. Look at our society. I mean, look at our culture right now. The young folks, I'm being honest. The young folks right now ain't respecting shit. Why would they? Look at their mama. The main person they looking at least back in my day, I was a hard head, right? You know,
but you listen.
But no, it wasn't that. I had something to respect.
Whoa.
And that was my granny. So even if I went against the grain, I knew right from wrong because of the respect I had. You know what I'm saying?
See, yo, that's vital. That's vital. So, you know what I'm saying? The sister calling, it was very revealing. It was very revealing. And just like the brother said, you know what I'm saying? At least there was a time where there were people that were older in the elder community that gave you something to respect. At least maybe they stood, even they might have had white Jesus in their house, but at least they stood on it a certain type of way, along with the principles.
White Jesus crazy.
No.
But he's wrong.
Keep going. Along. Keep going.
Keep going. Keep going.
White Jesus insane.
I ain't say it wasn't crazy, and all praise due that we refer to that as the white Jesus, because we know that the real Jesus, yes. But anyway,
yeah.
At least with the principles, because you got people that can colorize them and all that. They not standing on the principles, and so. But just like the brother said, at least they gave us something to look up to, and so that way, when we know we was trying to be on some bullshit, we knew what it looked like, as opposed to just bullshit being normalized a certain type of way where you can't even tell bullshit from
real shit.
Real shit.
Yeah.
No, that's real. I agree. Hold on, real quick. Let's shout out to everybody who follow me on TikTok, and I'm not gonna give my TikTok name publicly.
Hey.
I cut up on my TikTok sometime, but I'm about to go live on my TikTok, so you know, they can come in and chop with us. But are you worthy of respect? This is this part 2. This part 2, we need to get to the nitty-gritty. We got 2 men on this panel. We got 2 women on this panel. The purpose of the hard conversation, y'all, is for us to have the hard conversation. What makes it hard is that mothers, some of y'all fucked up drastically, and you didn't even mean to. That's what makes this shit hard. You fucked up and you didn't mean to.
Nah, that's not what make it hard.
What make it hard? What make it hard?
Let me tell you what make it hard. Is that they don't want to admit that they messed up.
That's the part that makes it hard. That's what makes it hard.
That's what makes it hard.
Yeah, they don't have nobody holding them accountable for that shit too.
And they don't want to take ownership of it because nobody, according to whatever, is not qualified to hold them accountable, just like the sister said.
Okay, no, that's what makes it hard. And here's the thing. I like that y'all chimed in and said that. Hey, y'all, a hard conversation is a hard conversation because you don't just have your own thoughts. People are going to challenge you. The same way I thought it made it hard for y'all because it was just real. It's like you don't even want to admit it. And the fact that you don't admit it, it's a problem. That's what makes it hard because you're going to say and do everything to not admit and hold yourself accountable to the fact that hold on, Coach Shay, we was talking about this other day. You was like, what about the daddies? And I said, the daddies is absent. And why that means something. The mothers got fucking 365 times 18. That's how many days we have to make an impact.
As a mother.
65 as a mother. So yes, the father is absent, but as a mother, you have so much influence. And a lot of times we're not banking on our influence because we're too busy focused on all the wrong things. So that's what makes this hard because we have been taught and programmed, and a lot of people that said shit, moms, that is not real shit. And as a mother, you can hold shit down a certain type of way. I would like to just, I'm going to say this, I'm going to leave it to y'all, because I know the men would think something different. As mothers, I got baby daddies. I have children by men and their fathers not around. You better fucking fight. A lot of y'all are weak-minded. Like, I don't give a fuck what you go through, what your circumstances are. Once you have a child, you have to be willing to fight for that fucking child, period. Don't blame it on the daddy. Don't talk about what the daddy ain't doing. Muscle up, sis.
And I like what you said the other day. We was talking about it in regards to fighting, just piggybacking real quick, like, and it's stuck, and it makes so much sense. You, as a mother, you have to fight your, depending on the type of mother and the type of kid you have and your circumstance, you have to fight not only the outside world for your kid, but sometimes you have to fight your kid to fight for them. You feel me? Like, you gotta fight everybody for the sake of this child as a mother.
And the child too.
Hell yeah, no, you're right.
Because the child for the child.
You gotta fight your kids for themselves because we was talking about that. Generational curses is real shit. As a woman, I got generational curses, and then I laid down with some niggas I barely know. They got generational curses.
What you call them, Coach Samuel? Who you call the baby daddies?
Nook.
Nook Mill.
Nook. You didn't lay down baby with Nook. Now you got
Rusty Loke, Dirty Loke. Yeah, I mean,
the fuck. Now we don't even know Nook like that. Nook got a family full of fucking pedophiles like a motherfucker. Okay,
serial killers. No. The serial killer thing is serious because sometimes in our neighborhoods, the shooters get praised. The shooters get elevated.
Yep.
A certain type of way. The shooters, aka Nook, aka the goddamn serial killer. Now you got Nook's baby in your house. You can't stop this nigga from breaking shit, doing shit, fucking up,
talking shit.
He talking shit. The spirit is telling him what to tell his parents, like just to get them to want to kill his little ass because he got a little demon in him.
Yep.
You don't understand. Your parents don't understand because we ain't raised her like that. You know, all kind of stuff is transpiring in your face, and you act like you don't understand. See, I don't let them off the hook.
Yep,
y'all know.
Yeah, because they ain't putting in no effort to understand.
You can't let them off the hook. Somebody got, and I feel like, in my opinion, the person, and it's like, to me, like Coach Mimi said, it's a that's gonna be my answer for everything. It's a root to everything, and it's the root of it all is your mother, your parents, right? Your mother. We can't even really say parents because we know the mamas be with the kid 365. You know, so that play, and if it's a 2-parent household, okay, both parents are to blame for this woman now that's a mother who isn't held accountable for her mistakes, her shortcomings, her lack thereof. Her own mama didn't hold her accountable. That's who the fuck should be holding these people accountable. If not their mother, then the nigga they lay up with every day. That's
no doubt. But listen, no, that's powerful, and what she said was right. in addition to that, we need to really focus on the fact of who the mama is now.
Yep.
Like we want to get away from that. Like
Yep.
there's no children until she decides there's children here.
Yep.
She's the master of the portal.
Yep.
Right? Controls. But in addition to that, she's the direct communicator with that baby 9 months before anybody gets an opportunity to.
Yep.
So she's connected. She's connected in a way no one else can be.
Right, and you said that. So I found somebody, and I want to put him on blast because he got a real mama. This young man is on a boat right now, traveling with his mama.
I know that's right.
Family vacation, right, homeboy? Yeah. On the boat.
Yeah. Yeah. Talk your shit. Yeah.
Who is that?
This is my cousin.
Okay, but y'all do. Okay, so I want you to tell the people, because you know in the Black community, not every mama is a good mama. What would you say makes your mama a good mama? What makes your mama different from other mothers that you see? So we can help out mothers. They need help.
It's like she's always there for me. She always supports me no matter what it is.
So hold on, let me ask you a question. Would you say, as a young Black man, you're 20 years old, you have a mother that always supports you. Would you say you see some of your peers who have mothers that do not support them?
Yeah.
That's sad.
All right, but wait a minute.
Hold on. One of my panel got a question. Yes, sir.
I got a question, and I got a real question, and it requires honesty. And
he said it requires honesty. Okay, yes.
And transparency. Do you feel like your mother will support you in your wrong?
That's what my question was.
Do you feel like your mother will support you in your wrong? Yes or no?
Yeah.
He said yeah.
Now, that's vital.
That's
starts
vital.
with mommy. It goes back to what I was saying. It starts with mommy. And sometimes us as men, we can get it twisted based on what mommy tolerates.
Here's the thing with that answer, in my opinion, to the young man, no disrespect, but I feel like in cases where because I'm a mother too, and I stand 10 for mine, but we have to be realistic, right? We have to be logical about how we operate and the advice we give when we're molding young humans. So we can't just agree that, yeah, your mother is a supportive mother and that she got your back, right or wrong, right? As she should. But there has to be a line or some sort of boundary drawn where we are no longer accepting just whatever and okay with whatever. Even us as mothers, we have to hold our children accountable for their wrongs. We can't just be on their side when they wrong, because then they're going to continue to grow up to be adults who feel like they wrong is right because they was raised by a Black mother who was wrong in that shortcomings, right? Where she didn't hold them accountable. She just backed them up when they were wrong. Right is right and wrong is wrong, even if your mama got your back. That's just my opinion.
No, that's real. That's real. That's really real.
You guys want to play a match?
Ain't nobody trying to play no match.
Some game or something.
Okay, sorry y'all. My TikTok followers came on here and cut up. That's real.
Of course, that's what they do. That's why we love them. That's why we love.
Shout out to all my TikTok followers. I know I love y'all.
Hey, we cut up. We cut up too. We
cut
up.
Yeah.
I want to propose a question. I got a question because accountability is important, right? So here's the thing. I think it's important, and first of all, this is a powerful conversation. I want to be clear, because I know I play a lot personally, and I'm going to continue to play. But this conversation is so deep because I'm a mom, so it hits close to home. Not every conversation will hit deep for me, but I want us to provide an opportunity to address the deep shit. Some mothers you're genuinely doing the best that you can. Your best is not good enough because the world we live in is fucked up. I want to say that. Your best is not fucking good enough. You cannot do the best that you can. You need to get on that Google that you know is in your hand, and find the fucking answers. Because when you have Nook baby, Nook represents a nigga that you barely know and who's a fucking deadbeat and don't have the capacity to be a father. So if you have fucking Nook baby, you need right now answers, okay? Let's address this shit real quick.
Here's the thing to piggyback off of that.
Yes, ma'am.
I feel like what also should be said in regards to that is for mothers who feel like they're doing their best and it's not their best, it's okay to ask for help. I've struggled at that as a mother myself. So with what you're saying in regards to, you think your best, you doing your best and it's not your best, and that's okay. That just means you need a little help. Like you said, Google, you need resources. There are resources, and I learned this from you, out there for mothers, for single mothers, or bitch, you ain't even got to be a single mama. Just you a mama. They don't even need to know your situation, but you need help. You need
help.
You need guidance. You need answers immediately, because Nook and his mama and them ain't got it. And you got to do what you got to do for this child that you done had by Nook.
Period. That is a good point. You do need help. And so we have a resource. We'll play the commercial later when we go on break. Get you some fucking help. That shit is real. That shit is real.
Yep. That's why we're doing this, right? We're doing this ultimately to talk about it, to bring awareness to it, pinpoint problems and issues, and then in the end result to have a way to give you some help, a way to fix it, a way for you to move forward and get out of this stagnatism of poor motherhood.
Real talk, for sure. Everything you're saying is right. Here's my thing. Hold on, Tasha.
Yeah.
Hold on, Tasha. I muted you for a second because I gotta just say something real quick. Shout out to my TikTok. Okay. My question is, because what you saying is real. And there's a balance in everything. Yes, it's hurtful to us who have maybe been raised with mothers who didn't fully equip us. And as mad as we want to be at our moms, especially for women and even for men, like women, you're a woman now. Some of y'all are mothers. This shit ain't easy work. So have this poquito grace on your mama. But what I want to ask you is that, because, some people had good lives. And as we know, people who are raised by preachers and rich kids, them motherfuckers be fucked up worse than us.
They're the worst. Right.
The worst. So what's the balance? And here's the thing. I believe there's a positive in everything. What did pain teach you that love couldn't teach you? What's the valuable lesson that you learned from your pain?
Whoa. Slow down, man. Let that shit breathe, man. What did pain
teach you?
The first part?
What did pain teach you? What did pain teach you? Because pain teaches you shit.
What did love not teach you that pain taught you? Is that what you said?
What I said was, what did pain teach you that love didn't teach you? Because what happened is...
Let that breathe right there.
Let that breathe.
That's deep.
That's deep.
Because I thought I had an answer to your question.
I got an answer.
Everybody got an answer. Hold on, but let me say this quick for y'all.
No, let the brother.
Okay, brother, go ahead and answer. What's your answer? What did pain teach you that love didn't teach you?
Okay, let me start off by saying that this conversation is more than hard for me, because this is why I'm quiet. This is why I'm observing and I'm learning. But it hurts, it's deep, and it's a lot of pain there. And what pain taught me, it didn't happen until having a child, that everything I thought, everything I knew was wrong. And the pain came to me in a way of, make sure you don't do the same thing. Make sure you make better decisions. Make sure you start stepping up as a man. Now, I don't know what it looks like as a woman, but as a man, I changed my whole lifestyle, 180. No sex, no weed, no streets. 180, overnight. Made a decision. Done. 10 years, 11 years today.
You know what?
11 years today,
You know what? No, let me tell you something that's powerful what the brother's saying, because when a man, we talk about mothers not mothering, and hopefully we can get to fathers not fathering.
Next subject. We ain't addressing mothers without addressing fathers.
But there's something that happens to a man when he realizes he's a father. There's something that happens to real men when they realize they're a father, that they have to be responsible for someone other than themselves. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like a mother experiences that probably 9 to 12 months prior to you, sir. You realize that?
Right.
As a mother, your association with that new life is way before the next person, which is even the father. The father,
Yep.
sometimes it don't even kick in. It didn't kick in for me with my son till he was walking around talking and half talking, and he said some shit. So look, as real quick. So as a father, I realized, you know, me and him, we out. It's summertime. He thirsty. I'm thirsty. I'm like, he's a little nigga thirsty. So I look at him. I'm like, yo, you want something to drink? And he was like, how did you know? Right?
Yeah.
I gave him something to drink. This nigga, he wasn't even breathing. He was just looking at me, drinking the shit, right? Like this motherfucker, right? And he just took the shit and he was like, he ain't had too big. He wasn't really tall. He was little. He's like, Daddy, good. Those two words went through me.
Mm.
Do you understand what I'm saying? And it hit me. This little nigga needs you. Yep. This little motherfucker is looking at you. He drinking the juice. He ain't even breathing. I know y'all seen it as much. He ain't even breathing. Looking at me like God.
Yep.
And I realized later through a conversation that my son had with his uncle, my brother, that I broke his heart when he realized that I wasn't God. That's a whole nother topic. But that relationship and the magnitude when a mother really realizes what she's done.
With bringing forth life into this world.
Bringing forth life into this world. It wouldn't be here unless you said it is. And then you are especially in America, you in a society that lets you know. No, it's on you, sis. It's on you, sis. All cameras on you. Go. Right? And you go, well, fuck it. I got shit to do. I'm finna get rid of this little motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? And everybody goes,
party.
Hey, okay, good, girl. That's right. Fuck that. If you go, well, I'm gonna, I love my baby. They go, yay! That's right. You go, girl.
That's okay. So let's talk about it. You brought it up. I think that first of all, as a woman, I want to be totally sensitive to the single mothers out there. The amount of single mothers out there with deadbeat dads is like a pandemic at this point almost. So this is no disrespect or disregard to the single mothers. What I'm saying is, even as a single mother, like...
Wait, real quick. I want the brother to go in.
You want him to go in?
I want my brother to go in. He said something in part one that was devastating.
What was that?
Ready? He said that a lot of Black women choose to be baby mamas.
Pause. Let's take a break real quick. Let's take a break and let's come back on that. Yikes. Because I personally... We'll let him go in on it.
I need for my brother to go in because he hit it like out the park. So my brother,
we're gonna take a quick break. For those of you who may need resources, products, whatever, watch this. When we come back, we coming back strong because women preferring or choosing to be a baby mama over a woman, it just sounds insane. We
would love to hear from you, baby mamas, that are bold enough and honest enough and transparent enough to admit that you did not really want that nigga. You wanted his baby. and you was good enough with just having him without his baby. Please, if you
hold on, pause. So are you saying, let's be clear. Let me clear this up. You are saying that there are women out there that only want a man for his baby. That's it.
Hey, look, Black women are arguably doing the best that they've been doing in world history, in the entire world history. They're making more money. Do you realize that a lot of Black women are out earning everyone else instead of white men?
Okay.
You don't hear that stat because they really not trying to amp up a certain way.
Hold on a second. Hey.
Huh?
Coach just said some women prefer to be baby mama.
Wait,
No,
what?
but wait a minute. You have to realize something. A lot of Black women are economically set and able to take care of themselves, their child, a nanny. You got a lot of Black women that are very, very resourceful and more than are willing to admit have the means, right? And a lot of them financially, and a lot of them that care to admit, right, think this way. They've been.
Let me pause you. Let's take this quick break. Y'all will be back after this break. Baby mamas, y'all better be prepared to come on here and chime in. Say something, shit. We have the conversations that are hard, that hurt, and are uncomfortable, but that are very necessary.
What happened to the sisters? They just seem to be getting worse and worse. Now they beating each other up on TV, getting the bag.
They're taking life for granted. They living, doing whatever they want, acting on whatever they want.
You're more than just what the world portrays you to be in this life.
Because as a mother, it is your job to prepare this child for the future, okay?
The double standards is in place to ensure certain results.
A lot of mothers like being baby mama.
Because that just kind of made me kind of sad. Like, dang, when you put it into total perspective, that's what makes it a hard conversation.
Mothering involves a lot more than just pushing out a baby.
It's not the legacy in life that we would like to have.
Okay, hey, we're back. First of all, let's start with the principle. Just because you pushed out a baby, it don't make you a mama. Affirmation. You are more than what they told you you are. You more than what you even think you are. Because a lot
Wait.
Hold on. A lot of us don't even think positive things about ourselves.
Wait. Go back to the principle.
The principle, just because you pushed out a baby, that don't make you a mama.
Let's go in on that, bruh.
Hold on. Well, you want to go in. Pause.
I'll be ready.
Hold on. Before we go in, let's be clear. Let's put it into perspective, because just because you're a mama, just because you push out a baby, that don't make you a mama. Now, some women choose to be baby mothers. I would have to challenge that. Now, it's a balance to that. I'm a woman. While sometimes women, we're not taught certain things, and we don't have guidance, and we'll lay down with Nook and have Nook baby. And it's not until we have Nook baby.
I say, nah. Let me tell you something. I say bullshit because you know what?
I say bullshit too. I say bullshit too.
Let me pause. Okay, listen. Sometimes it's not until you have Nook baby that you start realizing certain things. Okay, and in realizing certain things, sometimes I'm trying to give y'all women the benefit of the doubt. If they right, that's on y'all. Sometimes because Nook ain't shit and you realize he ain't shit, you be like, I'm better off being a single mother.
No, you realize Nook. I know bitches right now in 2025 in my phone that I talk to on a regular, bitch had a baby and knew Nook wasn't shit before he put that baby in her. And then the nigga told her, I don't want no baby by you. And the bitch still had the baby. She chose to be a baby mama. She chose that shit.
It might be women out here that just have a baby and don't want nothing to do with the man. And if that's the truth, because you're calling bullshit on what I'm saying, shame on these women. I don't know what else.
Hold on. I got a story.
I do too, but go ahead.
If they want me to go in, I'm gonna give you the story of why my logic is the way it is, and it's a lot of variables. It's a lot of different situations of why women don't want to be, why Black women choose to be baby mama. But this is my story that threw me a loop. I was in a car in an SUV with 5 women. One of the women was my girlfriend at the time. I'm not gonna lie, they was hood bitches. I was in the hood like, okay. So the older woman, we go into her house. This is her friend, and she tells her how to manipulate the system by having babies. She told her once you get 2 to 3 babies,
Fucking way.
he gave her the breakdown on how to manipulate the system, but also be a baby mama and not tell her to be with any man. Just have babies after babies, because once they get a certain age, you got to start having another baby. So the benefits don't stop. This woman had 10 babies at the time when she was doing this. We were going to her house. She was in Louisville, good area in Dallas. And her rent was probably like $20 for like a 5-6 bedroom house. You know what I'm saying? It was a whole plot on how to be a baby mama, but at the same time work the system.
That's crazy.
Hold up. And I don't care if people want to claim that they shocked to hear about it, but everybody should know about this story. This story is echoed throughout the United States from New York to California, where you got broads. It's been federalized, just like he said. And the information gets handed down from female to female, Black woman to Black woman. And there's a lot of little intricate components that result in a sister feeling confident saying, I don't need no damn man. My mama and grandmama taught me all I need to do is get the seed out of a nigga and then get rid of the nigga. I don't even need to tell him that he got a baby. Maybe that will explain a lot of these chicks is letting niggas skeeting them at the club.
Well, look, with that being said, I want to take a moment to just talk about.
Let that breathe for a minute. Let's breathe.
Let's put it.
The brother hit some powerful shit. Look, let me tell you something. Personally, when I was living in Baltimore, Maryland, man, I was in Baltimore in the mid-90s, my nigga, the mid to late 90s, nigga. And I was working, I had a temp job, and I was working for the Baltimore Housing Authority. I was the one that was typing eviction notices to bitches that's rent was $20 a month. I know exactly what he's talking about, okay? And they were getting eviction notices. It gets worse. They was coming in to respond to their eviction letters, looking at me like, oh shit, look at this nigga, right? They got Nook Baby. They got Silly Loke Baby. All of them got on Jordans. This bitch got on a weave, her nails done, right? And she there to respond to a less than $100 eviction notice. This bitch, a lot of bros, excuse my language, would come in because they done got some simp trick ass nigga to give them $100, and they done paid their joint, and and sometimes I would have to tell them I can't take cash. That's not what this is.
Right.
I mean, it has gotten epic. So there's an incentive. There has been a federalized incentive for a lot of our sisters to become babies' mamas. And that's the hard conversation.
But the thing is, with regards to the system, that's how the system was set up. Not these bitches not knowing that was a part of the setup, and they fell for the bait. hook and sink. They fell for the shit. The system was originally set up for that.
That's right.
They thinking they manipulating it, but bitch, it was already a setup from the jump. You fell for the okie doke for the jump, thinking you are finessing the system, but you pushing out babies that you have in this world, that you're creating human beings who probably gonna grow up and be ain't shit a human being like your ass.
Wait a minute. It gets deep. It gets deep. They already calculated. That's why they was able, a lot of these states was able to tell states that were building new jail that they could fill their bed with people.
Yep.
Because they knew that these people would
they already got the numbers for it.
Come on,
They
mama.
already got
What's
the
up,
numbers
baby?
for it. Wait, time out. Tamika, who you going off on?
Why you think I'm going off on somebody?
Because your facial expressions and I read your lips.
This weirdo called Poppy come on my comments talking about they're gonna use my face for a spiritual reading, and you know I don't play with that spiritual shit. So it did.
No. Let me tell you what you do. Is that you speak into that shit. Yeah, you can do whatever you want to do.
Do what you want to do is exactly what I said.
With your bitch
That's all
ass.
you say. That's fine.
That's all you say. That's all. You put
That's
your
exactly
anointment.
what I said.
You put your anointment on it in the name of the Most High.
You
And
hear
let
that,
nigga
Poppy?
go and
Period.
amplify your shit. That's fine. Do what you gotta do. Do what you gotta do. We ain't y'all. Y'all not like us.
Period. You not like me, Poppy. And she said, whoever this is said exactly, and I will. To bring it all into full circle, into conclusion, it really means something out here to be somebody mama.
Yeah.
And what you got to understand is women, sometimes your karma don't come on you, it'll come on your kids. Just how we'll sit and talk about how men have generational curses. Ladies, we have generational curses too. And others, we have to understand, what's the affirmation? You're more than what they told you was. You have more influence than what they led you to believe. You played with daddy.
Wait a minute. Now, you didn't know that. So you became a hoe. Right? You became just a wretched ass hoe. Right? So now, is that the legacy for the future?
Unfortunately, yeah.
Hey, Cardi.
Hold on, you bring up a really great point. When he say, is that the future you leaving as a whole? Let's be clear.
The role modeling.
Hold on, the role modeling. Sometimes I see it a lot. Older women, y'all have a thing with not liking y'all son's girlfriends. Is it because she's just like you?
Just like you. Just like you, the bomba clock.
Yep. And then here's the thing too, that not only is she, emulates the mom, but because of the world that we're in and everybody's vocal now and everybody has an opinion, this girlfriend may be vocal and it may have to, she's a mirror of the mom. So now it makes the mom sees her reflection and sees her, she has to not so much hold herself accountable, but she see that shit. And inside, whether she vocalize it and say that shit or admit it to the next person, she know within. She's holding herself accountable in some light because, bitch, she just like you. She's a mirror image of you. That's why you don't like her.
And hold on, go ahead.
Or that'll send the mama into maybe relapsing. The bitch might relapse on the spot. She might start drinking all kind of shit, right? Be like, hold up, this was me. This was me, and somehow my son magnetized me to him in the young version. Lord Jesus, talk about a generational curse.
Or it's either one or the other. She don't like her for one or the other. Either it's the mirror image and she sees herself in this girl, or it's the fact that she's the total opposite of her, and now this girl is waking up that boy from the strongholds and the grip of the manipulation of this fucked up mama that has had a hold over him for 20 years.
Preach, brother.
Hey, you came in the corner tonight, didn't you?
Yeah. Let her
cook.
Hey, somebody got to pass. Somebody got to pass the cup for the sister.
Yeah.
Hey,
this is the thing. That's real talk. We have to realize first of all, I just want to bring it back. we are not trying to offend Black women or like talk about Black women in a negative way. We're just pointing out that, first of all, sis, you're more than what they told you was. So you didn't even know how much influence you had over the situation, even though that nigga wasn't shit. Even though that daddy ain't there, nobody told you how much influence you had to move mountains in that situation. So therefore, you're blaming the father, not realizing that you, as the Black woman, hold so much influence in the situation. What do you want to say?
Absolutely right.
Wait a minute. How do we know? How can we speak so strongly of who the Black woman is? Because we've seen her do amazing things from generation
Because we are her.
Fine.
We are Harriet Tubman. We are all those women that did that shit that they did.
We are her.
So in them exists in us.
So I don't think no women should be offended. Those closed-minded hurt women, like if the shoe fit, you know, if it don't apply, let it fly, or if the shoe fit, they shouldn't be offended because we are those women as well. In some instance of one or another, in this motherhood, we have had to look at ourselves and depict where we fall short, where our shortcomings are, where we have to hold ourselves accountable.
So,
that's how we're able to speak on it. That's how we're able to know so wholeheartedly and passionately who the Black woman is, who the Black mother really is.
So those aspects of the Black women that's the Black women, they need to be feeling some kind of way about.
They need to be feeling some kind of way. They feelings should be hurt. They should be offended because maybe that'll make you wake the fuck up and open your eyes that this is not a game. We playing with the livelihood of our future. Our children matter more than we do. And if we don't realize that, we are finding ourselves as a culturally fucked in the future because it's all been a setup from the jump for the cracker folks, right? So if we don't get our shit together here, we gonna be fucked like we been for forever.
Well, I mean, it's been a purification process indeed, but we need to get back to, but on some real shit, Black women, you are way more than what they said you was.
Absolutely.
You have been a portal. Hey, someone often say the Black woman is a portal for God's children, right? My brother, huh?
Absolutely.
No, you're right. You're right.
Absolutely, because I'm gonna just give y'all just a little bit of history. Technically, the Black woman, like you said, I wholeheartedly agree, is the portal for life. Because if you look at the DNA of these other mothers and these other races, it stems from a Black woman. Period. No matter how you want to break it down, how you want to look at it, how you want to talk about it, that's what it is.
Hold on. We running out of time, and this is it.
So what do we do? Where are we at? How do we move forward,
bro?
Coach Mac?
What we do? We understand that it's an issue, and we got to tackle it together. And know that it's a personal development type of thing. As a culture, we got to start pointing the finger, not in a bad way, just more like, hey, you know that ain't right,
This way, point the finger this way.
Yeah, you know
this way. Yeah.
Because what I realize is that as a Christian, right? You should be able to radiate something as a Christian that when you walk in a room, you shouldn't have to open your mouth.
That's so real.
You should be able to just stand there. And when you do speak, it's such a vibe coming from you that people are like, oh my gosh. Like
they shut up and they listen. That's what happens.
No, they ask you questions. They like, so who are you? What do you know? And then you be like, well, all praise due to the Lord, Savior Jesus Christ. I go to the First Ebenezer Baptist, whatever, and then it sells itself. It should, that you should radiate the glory of the Most High wherever you go. You shouldn't even have to open your mouth. You should
But
be able
that's that influence that Coach Mimi speaks of, right? As a woman, that's that influence. We're gonna as a mother, right? Regardless of your culture, but that's that what you're speaking on. That's that influence as a woman that we have that you have to tap into. If you have not tapped into it, you up a fucking creek with a you up the creek with a shit paddle or whatever the fuck the saying go, right? You're fucked. But once you step into your influence, and I learned this from Coach Mimi, you have to, in order to be able to move mountains, in order to be able to move situations, in order to be able to walk in a room and not say shit, and your energy and your influence and speaks for itself. Your light speaks for itself. That's what that is. That's the influence. That like light that we hold, that we have to tap into.
Well, hold on. Let me before you can tap into it, I think that just go back to, like you said, what do? Self-awareness. You're more, the affirmation, you are more than what they told you was. You got a lot of women out here who are now placed with the task of being mothers, but they don't even know their damn self.
Wait. Because you are more than what anybody told you, you need to start to value yourself from this point on. Value yourself.
So what does that look like? Because we can give,
I can tell you what it look like, Shay.
but we need to give the tools on how to do it.
Let me tell you what it look like. A lot of these women, I'm gonna be honest, they still stuck at 14. They never changed their mindset. They never even changed their mindset, because at 14, the world, like women, y'all, it's a different dynamic for y'all. So when y'all running the world at a young age and people thinking y'all pretty all the time, you know what I'm saying? You seeing how you affecting shit by your looks, by your wittiness and all that shit. You know, you kind of get stuck there. Shit, nigga.
It don't get no better than this.
Yeah, it can't get no better than this. And it's working out for you.
Right.
How ugly it looks to everybody else, it's working out for them. So they don't grow up. They 35 still thinking like a 14-year-old, because she's still working for them. Ain't no matter how it looks. Nigga, I pay these bills, little nigga. Sit down, nigga, little nigga. Don't worry about who I'm talking to. Don't worry about him beating on me. And mommy gonna handle it. You know what I'm saying?
Man, and she don't know that that's not even in the nature for any of her male children. This whole act.
But not knowing that that's not in her nature, it just goes back to self-awareness.
Yes, man.
But
yes.
Y'all, we short on time. We out of time. So I want to take this opportunity. This was, first of all, this is a good conversation. We did two parts. Now here's the thing. Moms, baby daddies, anybody, if y'all want us to do a part 3, say it. And what your word is our command. We'll do a part 3. We're gonna move on because we have so many more hard conversations that have to happen, because so much shit is shitting in the Black community. But we have to have this conversation first, because moms, in so many cases, we have the influence. The dads, these niggas ain't there. So we can't talk about what these niggas ain't doing if we are there every day for 18 years, with the exception of the days we get a break. So moms, this is not a you ain't shit coming down on Black women. This is, you are more powerful than what you was told you was. And we just want you to see your power and know your power, because it's your power that's going to take the Black community, or help to at least influence the Black community to where the fuck we trying to get to.
And if it ain't even the community, it's your kids that's in your house.
Your kids become the community, because when a Black woman don't raise her son right, and she on some bullshit and her son suffer, who suffers, sis? Me and you dealing with these.
Yep.
So it's everybody suffer.
You're right. But we need to start one cell at a time.
Yep.
That was my takeaway. Go ahead, Coach Samuel.
Well, hey, I'll keep it right there where I just said what I just said. One cell at a time.
One cell at a time.
Sis, you need to realize, first off, because that's a part of what goes into the first cells, into that baby. You start communicating to that baby through nutrition, through your thoughts, through your emotions. That's why as men, we supposed to know, never stress your baby mama if you cherish her. But if that's your wife, it's a different energy. Look, my wife knew. I made sure she wasn't stressed. That will affect the type of baby that's going to be manifested. So realize that it starts with you, sis. You got to decide what type of guy you're going to allow access to you, because that's going to shape the type of soul you're going to bring. If Nook, who's a serial killer, he's the shooter. You was taught to love this nigga. He's the shooter. He done killed 5 niggas. That sounds like he's a serial killer. You giving birth to his baby.
Yep.
Just realize the power that you have. You are way more than what they told you. And you give the original mitochondria to the world, Black.
Coach Matt.
My final thoughts would be stop being so selfish, you know. Tap into your woman, want child life that you want for it. You know what I mean? Evaluate yourself. Like, you know right from wrong, you grown. You know what I mean? Like, life ain't all about partying, you know. When you got kids, especially, like you have to take a direction, a different direction from when you were single and not a mom. You know what I mean? Your whole life changed immediately. And if you don't change with the baby, then that's a problem. And we rooting for y'all women. You know what I mean? We got your back, actually. You know what I'm saying? But we just speaking about the harsh reality. And
yes,
this is where we at as a culture. This ain't just you, woman. This is a culture. I represent my black folks, nigga. So it hurts me to have to talk about this sucker ass shit like this. Like, damn.
Yep.
You know what I mean? My mama part of this shit. So
Yep.
so I definitely understand the I definitely
Severity.
understand the severity of what y'all women go through, you know what I'm saying? Cause you know everybody needs support, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, as a black woman, stand in your power. Use your influence for the right reasons and be pretty on the inside and pretty on the outside, man.
Outside. I
Pretty
like
on
that.
the inside first, you know what I'm saying?
Yep. And in order to do that, in order to do any of these, Coach Sam, I think, gonna hit first, right? One cell at a time in the beginning stages of this creation, and then holding yourself account, standing your ground, like you said. And for me, I think my takeaway would be, in reality, we have to hold ourselves accountable. Okay, in the creation, the baby is here. Now you have to hold yourself accountable. Somebody has to hold you accountable for the lack thereof, or the knowledge, or the lack of the knowledge that you had to even let Nook implant his seed in you, right? To even now, you have to stand in your power. In order to stand in your power and know your worth and use your influence in the right light, you have to be held accountable for your actions, which led up to this in the first place.
Period. Y'all,
Love y'all.
Look, I was just gonna say, you know, this was a good part 2. Like I said, we'll do a part 3. Y'all, before listen, make sure y'all like, subscribe, follow. If y'all want our individual social media handles, they'll be in the description of the video. Y'all, I got a thirsty person on my TikTok. Her name is Shaniqua Williams. She's 64 years old. She has 3 children, and she is trolling me saying I'm a stud. Y'all show her some love real quick. Talk to me, Shaniqua.
Nah, come on, sis. What's up?
She's bored.
That's cool.
She's a mother of 3, proud Republican. She looked like Grandma.
Is she fat? Is she fat?
She's not fat, but
she's old. She got a big back, huh?
She's
old.
So
her neck look a little saggy, like in her neck. You see how her neck got rolls, like right here.
Hey, but we love them.
We
Hey,
love
look,
your role, Shaniqua.
So here for Miss Shanika, okay.
She mad now. She's saying I'm a fat bitch. Look, she mad because she can't get to
So
me.
why do you have to call, right? That's the problem with our culture right there. Motherfuckers
Right
like
there.
Shanika, she's
Right there.
old-minded,
She's
closed,
64 and miserable, y'all.
and miserable,
64.
right?
She's a senior citizen.
Nobody
Be honest.
Last place.
64, senior citizen.
for her
Last
evilness,
place.
right? She's not walking in her influence right now, and it
Big
shows.
back.
It shows, and it's sad that it shows at your young age of 65, ma'am. Like, come on, let's
Hey,
be for
but
real.
no, it's a blessing because we get an example
There you
like
go.
instantly of what not to be at 64.
There you fucking go.
As
There
a
Let
you
me
black
fucking
bring
woman.
go.
out her picture real quick.
As a
Shaniqua,
black, give me the
As a black
picture.
woman. Come
I'm
on.
gonna send you the picture.
Oh
Shaniqua.
Lord,
Her name is
let
Shaniqua.
her not be a big linebacker built wolf face. Got a shave.
Bunions on your toes, girl.
She probably so damn masculine that she got to shave like a nigga.
She said I look
Definitely.
like a stud.
Definitely. Yeah. That's
Can
how
y'all
I
see?
knew.
Hold on.
Good. Oh hell yeah.
Hey, Granny.
Yeah. It's all right, sis. We
Yeah, I knew she was
understand.
biggie.
No, she definitely fat. She round
Yeah,
like
No,
I knew
it's
she
all
was
right.
fat. Talking about a stud. What you
She
talking
said I
about,
look
fat
like a
girl?
stud. She asked
She
me if
trying
I'm
to call you ugly. She was trying to call you ugly with her fat ass. I knew she was fat.
She said we just laughing, yapping. No one is going to watch our live.
But
Let's
okay.
she
see her.
watching.
But
She
she
watching.
on it.
Thank you for the
She's been
view.
on here for like 10 minutes.
Thank you for the
Watching.
view.
Nobody.
Observing.
I just
Hey,
wanted to
look.
give her some attention real quick because it's obvious she's seeking attention. Shout out to Shaniqua Williams.
Shaniqua with your
Big
big
bag.
ass. We love you anyway.
She looked
BB
better than
love
you for sure. She definitely looked better than you.
Here's
She
the thing.
got a lot to say what you look like.
Here's the thing. I think you
see?
should go to www.blacktionplan.com and sign up for a session, because sometimes, we exert these emotions and project our feelings onto others. So you may
Right.
need to sit down and talk to Coach Mimi or Coach Samuel or Coach Mac, hell, even myself, and we can get
Right.
this.
Get it together. Because you don't know us. You might be projecting to us what you feel about yourself.
She said we
Absolutely.
just looking for money. No, we looking for purpose. It's all black
Trying to
men,
help you,
women
fat
like
girl.
you. You're old and miserable. Your kids probably don't like you. They
They
probably
don't.
hate
Okay.
you.
They
And
definitely
no,
like
people are buying because you're miserable, sis. So you need help. Where your kids at? Let me talk to your kids. I
Where
guarantee
your
you.
children at?
Where your children?
They grown and they don't fuck with her
That guarantees you your children don't like
If
you.
they not locked up
if they not in jail.
or dead.
You hear me?
Yikes.
Zaya, is that my niece, Zaya? Don't tell me my niece Zaya popped up on here. If you're my
Shanika, to tune
Zaya,
in
I have a niece named Zaya. If you're my niece, DM me right
to
now.
the next episode.
Let's
Hey,
talk.
listen.
I love
I don't know what's going
my
on.
nieces. I love y'all. If you're
I
Zaya,
don't know what's going on, man. But hey, man, I don't know what's going on
Yeah,
right
people
now.
are funny. People just hurt, and that's prime example, like you said, Coach Samuel. We jobbing and jucking and scoring and roasting, but in all reality, it is people like her who hold our culture down, who keep us stagnated and stuck in this fucked up generational curse passed down as mentality of being closed-minded, unaware, uneducated, unknowledgeable, and just downright ugly.
she is ugly, and she said we're mad. On a positive note, I'm in my live. Thank y'all for coming.
No, it's all right. It's all right. No, it's all right because you know what? We can roast just like y'all can.
Right.
Let's roast. Let's do it.
Let's get it.
Let's get
it.
You know,
we
can roast.
We got thick skin. We can take it. Can you?
Yeah, I can take it. She tried to say I look like a stud. She told me I'm a pretty stud, is what she told me.
No,
she's an ugly woman.
You know what? You know what that's code word for? That's code word for
I want you.
And I want you to fuck me and shit.
I want you. That's all that mean, baby.
That's all that mean. I want you.
Yeah.
Okay, so night, Miss Shaniqua. Follow me if you haven't already, and I hope you find
follow.
I hope you find some happiness before you drop dead, because you only got
for real. 64?
5.
No, hold on. We
Oh.
book is night because that was the most diabolical live I've ever had.
Yeah, I
I've
see you
never had
keep
people-
going off over there. Like, what is going on?
Oh, sorry. These people are out of control. That was the most diabolical. Like these people was coming for me on the live, y'all.
That's okay. And we coming correct. Period. No love lost.
Hey, hold on. That was good. We didn't even really end it. Hold on. Let's do a quick outro real quick. Look.
You need your outro. We did our takeaway.
Intro, nigga.
I did the intro. I did the intro.
No, you didn't.
You didn't introduce us.
We was part 2.
Oh, okay. Right.
Okay, let's do an intro real quick.
Introduce us.
Okay, let me do it. Hey world, this is a part 2 to our last conversation because we need to go ahead and have this again. Okay, we need to do a part 2. I'm your girl, Coach Mimi. I'm here with my amazing panel of coaches. We got Coach Samuel.
Wagwan, that's all. Me right here.
We got Coach Mac.
Okay. Ooh.
And we got Coach Shay.
Hey guys.
Pick it up. Bloop, 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 bloop. So let's go ahead and get into this tea. Y'all, this conversation was hot and heavy, but more so, I think it was insightful because I honestly think that people will be moved, not motivated, because motivation make you feel positive. You're going to be moved because some of the shit you do in your life is negative, and you got to sit in that shit after watching this shit as a mother. So I'm really happy for this conversation. I hope that someone's moved. And of course, if y'all need resources, we got them for y'all. But we love y'all. We come in peace. And at the end of the day, we just want the Black community to grow and be better so that the next generation has a chance at doing some shit that we didn't do.
Yep.
What y'all got? What you got, Coach Samuel?
We clown, we gonna roast, you know what I'm saying? Because we know that's who we are as Black people. And we're grassroots, you know what I'm saying? We trying to reach y'all from a grassroots perspective to be able to talk in a language that we know y'all are used to talking in, you know what I'm saying? But in a real way, we really trying to impart some real jewels so that we can move the culture, our Black families, and move everything forward in an Afrofuturistic manner, because they're not thinking about us. And if we don't think about us, we won't think about us.
Yep.
Okay. So we have to start somewhere, and it might have to be molecular.
Yep.
Real talk. Coach Mac.
This was an awesome conversation. It was well needed. For it to be the first episode is very empowering that we can touch base like this and have this constructive conversation and spread awareness of what a lot of these Black women probably don't even think they're doing. You know what I mean? So we tapped in and we opening the door right now. Hopefully this becomes more of a conversation so people can straighten up. Because when you put a law down or it's known not to go in that area, you tend not to do things like that. You see what I'm saying? Make you think before doing it. So I'm glad we had this conversation, and I learned a lot from this conversation. It taught me personally that women just need to grow the fuck up, and take accountability. You know what I mean, for what they're doing and what they have done. You know what I mean. So just let that sink in. Like, be a Black strong woman. You know what I mean.
Grow the fuck up is insane. Go ahead, Coach Shay.
Grow the fuck up, period. And that's just in the lame and like Coach Samuel said, like, we talk so that y'all can understand it, right? In the simplest term, grow the fuck up. And in growing the fuck up, that means ask for help. You can't do it by yourself. If you think your best is the best, it's not. And hold your fucking self accountable, period. or have some, or these mothers of these mothers need to hold them bitches accountable. Like, come on, guys, or the men, or the sisters, or the best friends. Y'all see the fuckery that's going on. Y'all not blind to it, right? You're just accustomed to it, right? Sometimes we get comfortable in chaos, and until somebody pinpoints and put their foot on somebody's neck in regards to the chaos, it's going to continue generation after generation after generation. And by doing so, we have to, even after the molecular level, even after growing up, we still have to hold ourselves and each other as a whole accountable, because our children are at fucking stake. Like, they're the ones that is at risk, right? Our children, our culture, ultimately. So hold yourself accountable. Grow the fuck up.
Hey, sis almost had me like, oh,
Nah, shout out to Coach Shay for real.
taking us to church on their ass.
And we hold on. Let me just say this. We standing behind Coach Shay, so she ain't by herself. Don't try to come over here and saying shit to her. Accountability is key. We gonna end with that. Make sure y'all subscribe. Make sure y'all tune in each and every Sunday. I want to know individual. All that information is going to be in the description of this video. Have the hard conversations in your life with your family, and we love you.
Yeah.
Love you guys. Love you guys.